You better not ever see you around California. Stay in Calabasas.
Now, here's the thing.
Now, that was well spoken.
Yeah.
They want him in the TMZ office.
That's not what we need to be communicating.
Exactly.
Can you imagine if that dude was up in the TMZ office? Blah, blah, blah. You're lucky over at dtmerch.com. Well, you're lucky, first of all, because we have all this wonderful merchandise over here. Shirts, caps, jerseys, backpacks, phone covers. Subscribe in many ways, but I recommend using the Amazon account that you have, combining with our Amazon Pay button. Put that username in there, put that password in there, press it. Oh, Martin, Lord have mercy. Nah.
Here we go.
What is it? Is that toasted goodness all over your body? Well, we're going to be at the Park West, and that's going to be on June 30th. Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8 p.m., and that's going to be a full night of live comedy, games, music, prizes, and one big old party at the end of the night. Let's get into it. Kanye done finally took that dip. He's finally in that sunken place, man. He's finally fully immersed in it, man. This dude, I've been saying this I've been trying not to talk about Kanye, but we have to talk about Kanye because Kanye is now saying things that really it's not about fame, it's not about trolling, it's not about marketing or promoting an album. He's really saying some hurtful and just some false shit out there.
Yeah, he's in some Uncle Remus territory right now.
Yeah, and I was so mad today. I sent the wrong text because Corey was the first one to text me about. He said, "Man,
yo, yeah, you losing his shit."
Yeah, he's talking about slavery now, and I was so mad. I forgot to. Let me see what I got here. I forgot to send this text to you because if you haven't heard, Kanye wilding out on TMZ of all places.
Not wilding out on like at TMZ, like in their studio talking.
He
Okay.
went like he actually made a surprise appearance.
Oh, okay.
Came off the street to walk up into the offices of TMZ and babble and explain his position, which by the way made it so much worse. If Kanye had just shut up yesterday and we never heard from him again, things might have been all right.
Yeah.
But he finally went over the edge here. And you sent me that text today talking about Kanye. Let me see where you because you said something about Kanye out here tripping again or something.
Yeah.
And I was so mad. I sent back and I sent it to the wrong people.
I think the first one I sent you was because I sent you the GIF with Harvey Dent said "Die a hero, live long enough to become a villain." I said "Yay bugging on TMZ." Buddy said, "Should I say it?"
We'll save it.
Okay.
What we're about to say. And I was so mad I didn't even realize who I sent this text back to. I had just finished talking to our two wonderful white developers who are working on the site.
Oh no! The Pound Design guys.
And the Pound Design dudes. And I said, and I quote, I'm sorry, forgive my language.
I have a feeling the end about to pop up. I'm ready.
And this nigga just rolls into the office of TMZ. This shit show is getting too weird for me. I'm out. Fuck this nigga. And then
oh no.
Pound Design was like, okay.
And then they came back and they said, this is Justin, who's a really nice guy. He says,
Yeah, Justin's
great. Justin
Yeah.
says, I'm at a loss. I'm guessing this wasn't meant for us.
Wait. On the timestamp, how long between the time you sent it and the time they spent puzzling with each other back and forth?
20 minutes. So Kanye rolled up into TMZ. And TMZ usually rolls up on people.
Right.
And just bug the shit out of them. He rolls into TMZ and he just rolls up into TMZ and TMZ is just quiet. I ain't never seen TMZ this dumbfounded and speechless before.
Man.
And this is what he said.
You hear about slavery for 400 years? For 400 years, that sounds like a choice.
Do you feel that I'm being free and I'm thinking free?
I think what you're doing right now is actually...
And that's, what's his name?
That's Van Lathan
Yeah.
from TMZ.
From the 400 years of slavery that you said for our people was a choice.
Bro, I'm sorry I hurt you.
You gotta be responsible, dog.
I'm sorry I hurt you,
man,
bro.
Your voice is too big. You got.
fuck off me, man.
He sound like Kanye wrote up on him and shot him. I'm sorry I hurt you. Yeah, there's another part where actually it's Van speaking longer. He speaks for like a minute and a half, and he goes like way more in depth than what they showed there.
Good for Van.
I'm so proud of him.
I read a comment. And this is so true. Somebody said, this is why you need diversity in the workplace.
Yes.
Because none of those white people say anything.
Nah,
all.
that Pepsi shit wouldn't have happened with the Kardashian girl. This stuff with Kanye wouldn't be happening.
Nah, man, this is sad. The thing that's going on with Kanye. Kanye got to that point because he's been allowed to babble so much that moment right there where he's talking, I will even say that he doesn't even know what he's talking about.
He doesn't.
The reason why he got to that point is because he's been allowed to babble. And the whole time he's babbling, there's just been rope coming out of his mouth to the point where he finally hung himself.
Finally.
You know, and that's what I've been telling people.
Well,
man.
it just seemed there's that moment when Van's talking to him when he kind of realizes, like,
Yeah.
I think I've stepped in it.
Yeah.
I've actually never had anybody call me out on this
It's
before.
It's no right way out of this. There's no way to condone this. There's no way to explain it. Call him crazy. Then fuck, he needs to get help and get out the spotlight. And somebody needs to grab this boy and help him. Say that this is a marketing ploy. If that's the case, and somebody sent me an email today, they said, you know what, if this is a marketing ploy, then this is even sadder.
We need to stop saying that it's a marketing ploy because it's not a marketing ploy. Kanye is boasting and bragging about him being something so much more than just a musician and so much more than just an artist, and how everybody has these tools and they can apply them to all the different passions and, you know, opportunities in the world. So that's what his focus is on. He's trying to do something more than just music.
But like I understand with him being, as he likes to call himself, and rightfully so. I think he's a creative genius when it comes to certain things. He's made great music for the past 15 years. He's been like trying to make video games. He's gotten into fashion. He's gotten into footwear and everything like that. So you're like, all right, I see that you are a very talented and creative person, but all this other stuff isn't part of being an artist. Like, you're just going out and making your name bigger and just saying wild stuff that doesn't help anybody. That whole slavery thing, like, there's nothing you can say
that is unforgivable.
There's nothing you can say to defend that. So that's why I'm saying, like, when it comes to you know, him being a misunderstood genius and misunderstood artist, that can only go so far until you go into this territory where it's like, all right, now you're saying stuff that's dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say is stop saying it's a marketing ploy and giving him that credit. Fuck that. What he's doing is reckless.
Well, and also to what you say about Van being well-spoken, it's like he had that moment, that one moment to convey to Kanye how he felt. And he did it with an economy of words where he didn't let his passion overwhelm him, where he stayed on point. And if you're really upset, it's not easy to do that, to say it so succinctly. And he got through to him.
Mm-hmm. And Van has always been a very strong spokesperson for the African American community, and I've just never been more proud of anybody. I mean, for Kanye to have the opportunity to be face to face with anybody on the planet at any moment, and Van had the opportunity to talk to him in that little bit of time and be able to communicate what he did in the way that he did it. I am just completely blown away.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. If somebody was going to do it, Van was the one that had him in the area. But Kanye's at that tipping point where somebody was going to call him out. Mm-hmm. In fact, he's getting so called out at this point that Crips put a hit on him. You know, it's stupid. Yeah. I ain't saying it's dumb, and when I say Crips, I'm talking about, you know.
You mean crippled people?
No, I'm talking about Crips. Daz Dillinger, that's Snoop Dogg's cousin. Mm-hmm. He told him, "Don't you ever let me catch you up in California with that bullshit."
All the Crips out there, y'all fuck Kanye up. You better not ever see you around California. Stay in Calabasas.
Now, here's the thing.
Now, that was well spoken.
Yeah.
They want him in the TMZ office.
That's not what we need to be communicating.
Exactly.
Can you imagine if that dude was up in the TMZ office? Blah, blah, blah.
Hey, yo, Daz, how you feel? Fuck you, dog. Oh, no.
Kind of like my text today. This is something where I've been saying this for so long, and it's finally coming to fruition here. Everybody's been treating Kanye like he's actually had something to say. All these years.
Like a hot chick at a party.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you're a genius. Your babbling means something. It just takes some deciphering. Mm-hmm. Motherfucker, we've been working on that code for how many years? And it's
Too long.
Too goddamn long. And we finally discover what it is. Oh, what's the answer? Slavery is a choice.
Yeah, it's like, I think a lot of people, especially within the past couple months, they're like, all right, the king is not wearing any clothes.
Yeah.
I think what he was trying to communicate is that he was trying to communicate that slavery was you're a prisoner in your mind. In reality, the white people were the prisoners of their own mind. The black people were the ones.
The actual prisoners.
Exactly.
It's empty calorie philosophy. He's saying nothing. And now that he's gotten, at first it was nothing, and now he's out there striving for more attention and trying to actually make his meaningless mean something. That's where we get to the babbling, and he does what every celebrity does, who says a bunch of nonsense, who gets worshipped, and they end up hanging themselves. Same thing, and people hated me for that. Same thing with Milo Yiannopoulos, man. This was a guy that killed himself in his career and his self-image because people worshipped him where he thought he could say anything, and it ended up backfiring on him. Kanye has reached that point. And one of the things I will agree with you on is like we don't understand Kanye. We don't understand that he's full of shit, and we never should have enabled this guy this whole time.
Well, no, that's the thing. When Van went on that was saying what he said to Kanye, it was like, I think the thing that hit me the most was he said, "I'm deeply hurt by what you've warped into." Because like when we talked about with Kanye last week, it's like, yo, we've seen the transition from going to like saying stuff that was trying to uplift the black community and everybody in the very beginning, and then we saw it turn a little bit on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, saying I'm rich and I don't want anybody to respect me, to going into this shit. And you're like, all right, it really hurts, because I felt like at one point you were somebody that spoke for me and was somebody that I could look up to, and now you've got to the point where it's like I don't even want to be associated with you now.
If I was Kanye's handler, if I was his advisor.
He can't be managed, he said. He doesn't have a manager.
And you see where that got him. I would just say, you know what? This is what gets me about. This is why I hate Hollywood right now. Just, everybody talks about I'm so, I'm so knowledgeable. I'm so liberal. I'm so this and that. All these well-meaning things, and they do nothing. They do nothing. It's all these people are empty. And if Kanye really meant half the shit that he thinks he's saying, he would shut the fuck up.
Put action behind what the fuck he's saying.
He would shut up right now. He would feed children. He would give to HBCUs. He would go out there and try to help communities. He would go out there and try to help campaigns they believe in, although maybe he shouldn't, because now he's rolling with Trump.
He might be doing that. We don't know.
And that's true. I said that the other day.
Yeah.
But vocalize that instead of all the other crazy shit you're talking about.
Yeah.
This is not funny anymore, man. And
I'm ready to write him off, to be honest. I mean, I'm just done with him.
No, anytime. I remember when, even with The Life of Pablo, his most recent album before the one that's coming out soon, was like, yo, anytime you drop new music, I was on top of it the second it dropped. But like, he's released 2 new songs, and I was like, I'm not even listening to it. Like, I don't want to listen to it.
You texted me that today.
Yeah.
It's just, it's at this point, we need to take responsibility too and stop enabling people like Kanye and Kanye himself. The more that this is something that's really wrong with this country. It's not just Trump. It's not just all, it's just not racism. It's not just, war between the classes. It's that a lot of things get ignored. And Amar, you said this one time too. A lot of things get ignored because we're too busy worshiping people who are doing nothing.
Sure. It's easy to fall in behind the entertainers and worship them. There's not real consequences, and everybody has that dream that I could be them one day. And it's like, if you really investigate it, it's a stupid dream. It's not even a thing you should even really want.
Yeah. I hear people going into debt over Instagram.
Really?
Yeah. They go on vacation just to post a picture, and you're like, oh, I got these followers, They'll go out and buy expensive stuff that they can't afford to take a picture of.
That's so dumb.
They're stunting.
Good Lord.
This is the thing. One girl, she got into $10,000 in debt with money that she did not have. And she just went traveling the world thinking that I'm going to impress people with my globe-trotting pictures and become an Instagram star. Man, Martin, here's the thing. We ain't even trying to be YouTube stars no more. We're trying to be Instagram stars. I mean, we really are trying to get paid for doing nothing, man. At least you got to pull out a camera and talk to people on YouTube. These motherfuckers are trying to get by with a picture.
There was something that he said before this whole thing went off the rails, and he was talking about while he was making Life of Pablo, that he had gotten liposuction because he was so self-conscious about himself. And during his post his liposuction, he had to take opioids for painkillers and things like that. And he said he got addicted to
really
opioids.
After his mom died, the way she died, he did that still?
People crazy. But he said he's like I got addicted to opioids, and I had to take 2 pills a day or something like that. And he said one of his friends said, yo, this is what people use to kill creativity. And so he was like, all right, I went to the hospital again after that to get treatment for it, and I left the hospital with 7 pills. So you I'm trying to get what he's trying to say is like, all right, this is an economy where it's trying to keep you in it, so you keep becoming addicted to these things. But the way he goes about saying it and then saying something crazy after that is like, everything you said before that negated the point.
He needs to understand that his most powerful currency is his effect on other people, and his voice and his reach is huge. So what you say has a huge effect on people. I don't think he understands that. And he's so misinformed and uneducated on the basic culture that it's almost, it makes me sick to my stomach that he even has that reach. How can someone have this creativity and artistic ability to make this music that we all have grown to love for the past 10, 15 years, but he can't even communicate basic history?
Well, I think, Danielle, what happens is what we see the trappings of fame. Fame and fortune is that you want more. What started as a simple cause and a noble idea ends up being something where I need to impress more people because people now demand more out of me. We've even demanded craziness out of Kanye because we thought he was crazy. And we're like, it's not even like we want to hear what Kanye has to say. Oh, what crazy things Kanye gonna do next? It's and it is kind of sad. I mean, this is something that a lot of celebrities fall into. Motherfucker's crazy.
It's scary that people that are so uneducated and so unaware of reality have this big of a voice. It really is frustrating to me.
Yeah, something. I will say this. I will give the brother credit. I understand what he's trying to say because on a certain level, not that slavery shit. Don't put that on me, but we're like, wait a minute.
He's just wrong.
Well, no, you know what? No, there's one point that it seemed trying to come through, and this is what happens when you babble. If you ain't got nothing prepared sometimes and you have nothing to really say, you trip over your own feet.
I know. Whenever I hear somebody say, well, I'm just going to wing it.
He should. If you were going on TMZ, you know he contacted Harvey for this. I mean, I'm sure there was some negotiation because they had met prior to this at the studio. And so it's very rare that TMZ has celebrities in the studio.
Sure.
So this motherfucker should have prepared. You should have had this said 17 times in a row. Make sure your delivery's straight, your pacing's right, your wording's right. You know exactly what the fuck you're going to say. You don't just talk about, slavery, Jews, black people. Like, come on.
It was also a weird situation all around because when was the last time TMZ tried to help a celebrity?
Never.
So you're like, even TMZ was like, bro, you being a little too wild right now. Tone it down.
Like I said, I think TMZ killed Michael Jackson.
Well, yeah, they did know before everybody else.
They were first on the scene.
They were first. I think they took a pillow to his face. Man.
It was the doctor.
That was a turning point for TMZ, actually. Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah. They announced that before Michael Jackson died.
They were the first ones to know.
He read it. I am?
Yes, you are. Shut up. No. But what I was saying, I understand what he's saying because it's like, hey, he's saying that all black people have to be this thing.
Right.
Which I totally agree. You shouldn't be like somebody who has to like we always see movies coming out where we're talking about, damn, they're doing this black shit again, man. We can do something different. So I understand where he's coming from. But like I say,
you still have to acknowledge facts, historical facts.
Sure.
And not being completely ignorant.
Kanye don't.
Yeah, he's in Kanye
Well, then
land.
look like a complete asshole and lose 10 million Twitter followers. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's a thing lately where people go, well, it's my opinion. It's like, no, that's an actual fact that you got wrong. That's not. There's no wiggle room.
Well, free speech. Yeah, you want to have the last word? You want to have anything you want to say?
No, I think I said enough.
Okay. All
See,
right,
Kanye should learn from you.
There you go.
I know I learned. Don't talk about shit you don't fucking know.
As of 24 hours ago.